Midnight at the oasis, put your camel to bed, shadows tracing our faces. I don't know the rest of the words, something about romance in our heads. I was just thinking about all the strange songs that have been written. That one, Midnight at the Oasis, I've always thought was just kind of a strange song. What about Short People by Randy Newman? I was looking at short people got no ba-ba-da. Short people got no reason to live. It's really dark. But it's like, then there's a tiny little verse about all men being created equal. So I think it was in 1977, and he wrote it, I would imagine, as a sort of a satire on what was going on at the time with civil rights. That's a weird one. Oh, by the way, this is Laura T at Dream Deals 123 on eBay. I'm the Silver Owl Thrifter, and I'm off on this on YouTube, and I'm rambling about music because I love music. And Alone Again, Naturally. It's kind of a strange song. Alone Again. What about You're Having My Baby? What a wonderful way of saying how much you love me. By Paul Anka. I don't know if he wrote it, but what other? Put in the comments. What am I missing? I know you guys know a lot of them, and there's probably very weird songs from more recent times too that I'm just kind of stuck in the 70s and the 80s. I was thinking of another one. Oh, what's that one about people being unfaithful to each other, and then they realize that they're being unfaithful to each other with each other. Pina colada. Do you like pina coladas? I believe I forgot that. And taking walks in the rain. Okay. Just don't have a lot to talk about today. I don't have a haul video that I'm going to do today, so I thought I'd just ramble. Okay, let's do this, and then I'll tell about a mistake that was avoided, but boy, it would not have been good. I made $27 last night. Let's break it down and see how much is profit. I made one sale. I have, how many items do I have listed? Just out of curiosity. 209. So added some this week. I had about 200 when I started out. So, okay, so this is LL Bean, good brand, size large, pretty good size. Color is nice, it's teal, but I got it because of the roll tab. I believe it's cotton. LL Bean roll neck, yeah, roll tab is the is when there's got that little button here. So you could do roll neck or roll hem maybe on this. But if you just glance through the sweaters and see something with this, these are popular, the crew neck kind, mock neck, all this rolled hem stuff. Teal vintage cotton sweater jumper large. And I paid $3 for this and sold it for $27 and made $15. And that $27 includes the $8.99 shipping or something like that. So that was my only sale. So I've made 27 gross and 15 net. So we're a total of 499 gross this year and 253 net. Woot! It's better than 50-cent margins. Okay, so I noticed today when I went to ship that one of the items from yesterday still said it needed shipping. I was like, oh boy, I have everything out in the mailbox ready to go. I put it out last night, and yesterday was President's Day, so they didn't pick up yesterday, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I don't know what time they pick up here. Obviously, it's 10 o'clock in the morning now, so I sent my daughter up there, and I said, grab anything that says, there should be two that say to this one lady, and grab them both, and luckily they were still there, because otherwise they would have both gone to the same lady. And what I do in those situations is, and this is through years of, I've done this before, and it's always I used to ask people to send it back, and lots of times I would have the wrong label, not double label, but one would go to one and one would go to the other. And to try and coordinate people to send it back and then for me to send it to the other person, it is just a nightmare. And I don't like to hassle people when it's my mistake. I don't like to have them have to fix my mistake or work on my problem. So what I do now is I just tell the person to keep it, and I tell the other person I'm sorry. I don't tell them what happened, but it's out of stock or not available, and I take a ding. But luckily, my daughter went up there, and she brought both of them back, and now I'm going to, I printed out the right one, and it was for that J. Jill denim popover, which sold for like $45. So that would have been not an unsubstantial loss there. So, anyways, I'm glad she caught that. But you just I don't know how it happened. How did I miss that? I even saw it yesterday that it hadn't been printed, but I read it wrong and I thought it said shipped or ready to ship. I don't know. So anyways, so yesterday when I did go thrifting yesterday, but I'm not ready to do the whole video. I'm going to work on it and do it tomorrow or the next day. Speaking of that, I'm not going to do these videos every day of the week. I'll probably do them most days of the week, but the day I babysit my granddaughter, I won't do them. That's Wednesday, so like on Thursday we might not have one. And some days if I don't make any sales or nothing's going on, I probably won't do it. And then other days if I'm just, feeling like chilling and not doing it, I won't do it. But I really want to do them every day. At least, I like to do 5 or 6 a week. So just so you know, I'm not going to go away for a long time again. If I ever do, I would tell you. But I might go away for a day or so. So, okay, yesterday I did go thrifting though. And I did find out, it was an interesting thrift store visit. Didn't seem to have much. And then everybody started telling me, very friendly people, that it's closing at the end of this month and moving, and another one is closing, and then they're moving into another store, or they're moving into this one main store. I don't quite have it figured out. So they hadn't put any new stock in. So the pickings were really slim. But I did find a few things, and actually they have a half price sale there. All the ones that I picked, I don't talk about this more, were half price, so that was cool. But I left something behind, and you might be surprised what it was. It was a Burberry shirt, a men's Burberry of London shirt, long sleeve. Wasn't on sale, but they only wanted $4.99 for it. However, there were 66 listed and 10 sold. So, and the ones that were sold, like one of them had sold for $9 and one for like $15. So, and some were for more, like for 40 or something. But when I did the search at the store, it was like 75 listed and 2 sold. When I did it at home, it was 66 listed and 10 sold, but still not a good sell-through rate. So I left it behind. I left a Burberry behind. I don't know. If it had had any other name on it, I would have left it behind with those kind of statistics. So maybe it was a mistake, but I feel okay with it. So things, not just because don't just assume because it's some name that you've heard somebody talk about. Now, Burberry generally is good, but, it depends on the piece. Men's button-down long-sleeve shirts are just not as, they seem like a hard sell to me. So anyways, all right, I think that is really about it. That thrift store is going to go down to 75% at the end of this week, I think, and then 90% off. I don't even know if I'll go back because there was just really nothing too interesting there, and I think I went through most of it. But I might. It's tempting. 90% off. But what's going to be there? They're not putting new stuff in. I don't know. Let's see. That's kind of a pitfall sometimes when there's a huge sale, you get stuff cheap. I don't want to get into what I used to do is just because it's cheap, buy it, you know, and maybe think, oh yeah, it doesn't have a good sell-through or you can't make much on it, but it's so cheap. Sometimes people give you free stuff and you think it's a deal, but it's just a pain in the butt sometimes. Sometimes you get good stuff. So tell your friends you do it. But if somebody says to you, oh, do you want to come? I've got all this stuff that I'll give you. Still be real diligent with it. And, you know, you can go through it. You probably will find some good stuff, but you might have to donate a lot of stuff too. All right. Well, that's about it. And I will see you in the next one.